Hello guys, so these are going to be my thoughts on the 8th and final Alpha and Omega movie, Alpha and Omega, Journey to Bear Kingdom. I'm going to do my thoughts before and after the movie. You can compare what I'm going to be thinking before and after the movie. So what I think is going to happen, let me just read the synopsis. The pack is back in a positively thrilling adventure. See, because paw print, positively. It's stupid. The pack is back in a positively thrilling adventure the whole family will love. All of the animals in the eastern forest are excited because Queen Bear and Princess Kenue, I don't know how to pronounce the name, are coming to visit. But when evil rogue wolves threaten the royal bears, wolf pups Stinky, Runts, and Claudette leap into action. With courage, wits, and plenty of help from their wild and wonderful friends, the Alpha and Omega wolves rise to protect the queen and princess and save their forest home. Let's talk about this movie now. I guess it's kind of a good idea, the idea of the bears have kingdoms, I guess. I'm not really against the idea. I'm not really against the idea that, the bears have their kingdoms. It kind of reminds me of the Owls of Kahul and the Wolves of Beyond book series, where all the animals have their own hierarchies, and it's fun to explore all the different things they have. I mean, I'm sure this movie won't go into much detail, about the actual wolf kingdoms and such, but I am interested in seeing how this is going to play out, and mostly I'm interested in seeing how the series is finally going to end, because it's been with me so long. I remember getting buying the first Alpha and Omega movie like 6 years ago. It's been 6 years. It's been a whole part of my life. My life has been influenced by Alpha and Omega, basically. And ever since Dino Diggs, I've lost steam on the whole series, because once you have anything Dino Diggs relatedness in there, then you completely lose me. But I like to pretend that Dino Diggs doesn't exist, it's all in Runt's mind. That's my theory, you could say. So, yeah, so I wonder what sort of developments are going to happen, because in the other two movies, they kept talking about the fact that, actually not the last two movies, more the last 4 movies, you could say, well, since the 4th one, you could say, I hope they, they expand on the idea that the pups, they get more independence, and, that kind of thing. They gave Runt, they're giving Runt longer hair for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's kind of pointless, seeing as they don't grow. The pups, they look exactly the same. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, which I could just say thank you-ish. Yeah. So I am interested in seeing what these bear kingdoms are, and why they need to go to the, say that they're escaping rogue wolves, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm gonna guess the story right here. Let's see if I'm right. So, so the bears are going to visit the packs, it seems. And the rogue wolves are going to be threatening them again. I don't know if Princess is going to come back. I kind of wish she did, because everybody's been wondering if Princess should come back and all that. I think she should. especially after her betrayal in the second movie. So, the wolves come to visit the packs. I mean, the bears come and visit the packs, and the rogue wolves threaten, and there's gonna be like silly action of the wolves and the bears protecting each other, and all that jazz, and save their forest home. I think it's gonna be that simple. It's just gonna be that simple. Like they come together, they get threatened, and they just wipe out the threat. And I'm very interested in seeing how this movie is going to play out, since it's the last one in the whole series. I mean, I doubt they're going to make any more after this. I mean, Splash Entertainment has given me a bad taste in the mouth ever since I'm just going to call it Dino Turds, because it's as big as Dino Turds and stinks like Dino Turds, so might as well call it Dino Turds. Let's hope for this finale they're going to have really good animation, because, yeah. Well, these are my thoughts before the movie. I'm going to go watch the movie now. I'm going to come back to you and tell you my thoughts after the movie. Okay, so, I just saw the movie now. And, yeah, so, a little different than what I expected. It mostly went as I predicted it would be, except there were a few things I wasn't expecting. So, to sort of get how the story is, so yeah, these royal bears go into the Western Territory, and they're treated as royalty, and they come in, and all the animals are treating them as royalty. Ugh. There's the queen, the king stays behind, but the queen bear and the princess bear, I'm trying to remember. Her name is Konyu. That's how you pronounce it. So they all go into the Western Pack territory, and there's Runt, Claudette, and Stinky. They stole away from their parents as usual, and they're caught in the middle of this bear visitation. So just as they're coming in, the rogue wolves attack, and spoilers by the way. I should probably point that out. Oh, so the werewolves come, and Konyu, the pups help Konyu escape to where Eve and Winston are at in the main cave, the main den, and the queen goes to Kate, and here's the thing that really interests me is that this movie is a little bit smarter than most of the Alpha and Omega. I know it's weird saying this, but the story-ish is smarter than the smartest Alpha and Omega movie since probably the fourth one. I say that because they do a little thing I wasn't expecting, is that because the queen is guarded by these two guard bears, and they said that the area was safe and it didn't have rogue wolves in it. I'm like, well, obviously they had no idea what they're doing, because they said they hadn't seen a sighting of rogue wolves in the area for 2 weeks, and it was safe to pass it on. And I was like, well, wolves are pretty fast. I don't think a sighting 2 weeks ago is gonna be a valuable information, because they can still come. But they do a thing I never expected, where the two guard wolves turn out to be traitors, and they turn against the queen bear. I mean, they eventually escape, but yeah. And all the animals are fighting back in their own way. You got the two caribou and they rip off Open Season with the squirrels do throw like a million acorns at the rogue wolves. Like they rip off that, they do that thing, of course. So yeah, it's just nothing. It was kind of boring-ish. Like I was like if I had a watch on my hand, I would be checking the time, just wondering when the movie is gonna end. Like, nothing really happened. I only laughed twice. Well, I mean, not really laughed, but like I chuckled twice. There was two things I thought were funny. Is that the bird, the royal bird, you could say, that follows Konyu around. Patty and Marcel, they fall in love with the royal bird, and it's like that thing where like they both get jealous at each other, and like it's kind of funny. And then the second thing, this is just me, is that because Brent and Agnes are in this too, even though that's actually kind of weird. I just realized now that Brent and Agnes, they just sort of disappear in the second half of the movie. You never see them again. Like, not even an end, I don't even remember. Like, they were there and then they just disappeared. So anyway, I'm trying to remember what it was. So the second thing that made me chuckle a little bit is when Brent, because you know Brent has this thing where he sleeps all the time, and like he's like sleeping, he's like, and then all of a sudden he gets hit with something. Just the sound effect they put in there just made me chuckle. It was like, oh. So yeah, that made me chuckle a bit. And so anyway, so the traitors and the leader of the rogue wolves, King, who's played by a really bad voice actor because he sounds terrible in this. King sounds terrible. He has like a high-pitched voice now. It's really annoying. And they didn't bring Princess back, so there goes that idea. So, yeah. I also really feel bad for the people who wanted to see Garth and Lily again, because, yeah, people who like Garth and Lily are going to be, like, really mad. Because they're pretty much a no-show in this one, just as they have been. I think Garth and Lily only showed up in the second one, as far as I remember. Oh yeah, then Lily was in the fourth one, briefly. Oh, anyway, so yeah, King, there's this thing with the territory of the bear territory of the Bear Kingdom, where like because there's a river that runs through the valley that all the animals feed on, and like up the river is where the Bear Kingdom is at, and like I guess the traders and King made a deal where if they can they can drive the forces of the Bear Kingdom, all their armies away, just so they can capture the area, and once you're up in the upstream area, you can like control the water flow, and you can like you can control the wolves of the other animals in the valley, like the western wolves and the eastern wolves. Yeah. All right. So so the queen bear, Humphrey, and Kate make it there, and then Humphrey does this weird. It kind of freaked me out when I first saw it, but he dances in the weirdest way. And I was like looking at it, I was like, my jaw was dropped. I was like, what the heck am I looking at? So he does this thing where he tries to, it kind of goes nowhere because it doesn't really work, but he tries to turn turn King and the evil bear, the traitorous bears, to turn on each other. I mean, it doesn't really go anywhere because like they get interrupted anyway. So like the bears loyal to the Bear King attack while the western wolves, and they drive away. I mean, it isn't really an Alpha and Omega movie when you really think about it. the focus is on the bears, really. I mean, the wolves are kind of the sideline in this movie. It's more focused on the bears. So it isn't really a journey to Bear Kingdom, just more as like a kind of an, because they have to. It's kind of part of their mission. So so they so they attack, and the rogue wolves are driven away, of course. And there's this weird thing where like all the rogue wolves are sort of jailed in this hole that has like sticks crisscrossed above it, so the wolves can't get out. But I'm like, the holes are like this big, so like, what's the point? Like, they're just gonna the wolves could easily jump out through those holes, is what I'm trying to say. They just leave it there. There's nobody guarding. The holes are like this big at the top. It's like trying to go through a jail cell, and the bars are like so far apart that you can slide your body through. Like, it's just stupid. So yeah, so, and then we get this, well, I kind of expected this from Flash, that Flash seems to have this thing about music sequences. So they have the little music dance at the end. At least the music isn't as bad as the one in Dino Digs. Good goodness. But like, it's still not needed. And they dance in the end. And it's a really, really awkward dance. Like, they're like they're basically zombies. They're basically Call of Duty zombies. They're like dancing like Call of Duty zombies. Like, they don't really have control because the animation is kind of poor. Yeah, I mean, it's not. The animation probably will be on par of Alpha and Omega 2. Probably. I don't know. It's not as bad as Dino Digs. That's all I can say. This movie isn't as bad as Dino Digs, thankfully. But I don't think it's as good as the Big Furries. Definitely not as good. Definitely not as good as the fourth one, Legend of Sawtooth Cave. So yeah, I don't know where I would place it on this series. Like, I'm gonna do a video where I'm going to talk about the whole series now that it's over. I've already done a series review, an Alpha and Omega series review before, but now I'm going to do another one where I'm talk about the whole series. So when that's out, go and check that out. But like, this is my thoughts on after the movie, and I hope you enjoyed my reaction, because like yeah, this is what I do. So pretty dull movie, kind of what I expected-ish. Some stuff I didn't expect, so yeah. The part where the bears fight kind of reminds me of Lion King, where like the Simba and Scar have the fight where they're like at the end, and it's all like, yeah, that's what the bear fights remind me of. And not much else to really talk about. I mean, I don't get why the wolves attack the bear. Why do they even bother attacking the bears? Because like, all it takes is one bear to slap a wolf, and the wolf is gone. The wolf is dead. It has a broken spine. It's a lifeless body. It's like, yeah, you're dead. You're dead. Just one hit from a bear paralyzes you for life. That's assuming if you don't die. It's like, yeah, that's my thoughts, and yeah. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos, whatever. This is Coltafinan Studios, and I'm out.